AGC members do more than construct buildings.
We build opportunities.
We build experiences.
We build connections.
We build progress.
We stand by the principles of skill, integrity, and responsibility.
We strive for greatness.
Even when it's challenging.
And we take pride in building it once.
In building it right.
Because when the dust settles,
we know our long hours and hard work are building something bigger.
We're building our future.
We're building Michigan.
Michigan.
We're building Michigan.
And that's the greatest honor we can ask for.
Here are the nominees for this year's Build Michigan Awards.
Spence Brothers had an opportunity to construct an $8 million expansion to the Hills and Dales General Hospital, originally built in 1960. The expansion provided 12 new state-of-the-art private patient rooms and renovations to the central core. It also provided physician clinics, a new entrance, and an expanded lobby. Challenges faced by the Spence Brothers team included keeping the hospital operational at all times, limitation of space, and coordinating electrical shutoffs with the hospital's critical service areas. And since the project was funded through a USDA Community Facilities loan, all change orders needed prior approval. Despite consistent workforce shortages and relatively high turnover among subcontractors' tradespeople, the team maintained a zero incident record throughout the project. As a small community hospital, balancing a limited budget while making quality improvements was key to the project's success. Spence Brothers was able to modernize the patient experience and improve the community perception in a competitive marketplace. Commercial Contracting Corporation served as the CM for the Robert C. Valade Park. Named in honor of the late Valade, a Detroit native and former chairman and CEO of Carhartt. Construction work transformed this former industrial site, located along Detroit's East Riverfront, into a vibrant 3.2-acre park that features a play area for kids, a floating bar for adults, a bridge, a community pavilion, barbecue grills, and a 3,850 square foot facility named The Shed. One of the largest unanticipated underground obstacles Commercial Contracting Corporation encountered was an old seawall. This old structure was backfilled with approximately 200 cubic yards of trash and debris. The contaminated spoils required third-party environmental testing and caused a 10-day delay before footings could be poured. In addition, bad soil conditions required modifying the foundation system at an additional cost, with a geopier system to increase the soil's bearing capacity. The additional cost was offset by the construction team's value engineering of the barbecue area's canopy structure. Through the use of pre-task planning and the utilization of CCC's Safety Observation Card program, the project's leadership team was able to create a safe working environment resulting in 0 first aids, 0 recordable injuries, and 0 safety incidents. Beaumont Health hired Di Maria to complete a 425,000 square foot renovation at the multi-tenant First Center building in Southfield. The project was completed in 7 phases over an aggressive 13-month schedule, so Beaumont could consolidate their administrative employees working in numerous buildings across Southeast Michigan. This meant relocating over 2,500 employees. All 16 floors were renovated with 90% of the floor's original interior gutted, and all new HVAC, plumbing, and electrical systems were installed. Customized open floor plans including meeting rooms, shared amenity areas, and collaborative spaces were built. With this large-scale project and demanding timeline, it was important for the team to log and monitor productivity. Developing and using drone technology was the answer. The drone was used to increase the number of inspections made, catching minor mistakes before they became bigger problems. In addition, the drone photography helped the owner visualize the final project and allowed for inspections in dangerous areas without putting anyone at risk. The Di Maria management team was responsive to the needs of the owner, delivering a project on time and on budget that exceeded their expectations and provided the space they desired for the staff. The E&L Construction Group created an extremely aggressive schedule to complete the Flint Cultural Center Academy in 13 months instead of the anticipated 18 months. The 78,000 square foot charter school has 27 classrooms, a gymnasium, cafeteria, and multiple collaborative learning spaces, including a 22-foot wide interactive staircase called the Learning Stairs for out-of-classroom learning. The construction site was previously residential, and the site plans were out of date, leading to the discovery of many buried treasures during excavation. Gas and electrical lines, old pipes, foundations, footings, drains, and sidewalks. It took approximately 200,000 man-hours to build this school in record time. At one point in the project, there were over 150 tradesmen working throughout the building at the same time, 30% of them being apprentices. Keeping safety a priority in everyone's mind was a must. A close watch program was implemented to let workers know their safety and their well-being were important. Each day, subcontractors were required to turn in work task plans to alleviate schedule, safety, and equipment complication with location and other trades. The Flint Cultural Center Academy ranks as the largest ever educational investment in the city. The E&L Construction Group is proud to be a part of this groundbreaking venture and other smaller efforts to be a major contributor to the comeback of Flint. Spence Brothers provided the City of East Lansing its newest student housing development, which sits on the edge of the Michigan State University campus. Hub East Lansing is a mixed-use 10-story project featuring 8 stories of cold-form structural steel studs above 2 stories of post-tensioned concrete podium. The exterior boasts a brick veneer and metal composite panels. Its interior includes approximately 350,000 square feet with 12,200 square feet of retail space. The residential component includes 577 beds and 347 units. 2 significant measures were utilized to complete the job faster and better. The use of a state-of-the-art framing technology offered by Eisen Group, as well as adding glazing frames and vapor barrier tape directly into the panels prior to job site delivery. Using these measures saved approximately 3 months of time. The Spence team joined forces with Metro Elevator for its Ride the Pink Elevator campaign. 2 hoists were installed at the project site for 1 month, and at the conclusion of the campaign, the Hub East Lansing generated $5,000 in donations to the Susan G. Komen Foundation. This mixed-use project adds an architecturally beautiful appearance to the East Lansing skyline. Its modern facade and impressive size add great value to the ever-growing MSU neighborhood. The Granger Construction Company delivered a more modern, comfortable, and safe facility for youth offenders residing at Kent County's Juvenile Detention Center. The existing housing portion of the facility, built in 1960, was replaced with a new 45,000 square foot, 72-bed addition which increased the facility's overall capacity by 37 beds. It also offers a look and feel that is less institutionalized, with an abundance of natural light, softer colors, and furnishings. The complex logistics involved demolishing 3 existing wings, creating multiple additions off 3 different sides of the facility. Granger Construction Company conducted interior renovations in 4 separate and non-connected parts of the building and completely replaced the existing security electronic system, all within the definition of an occupied juvenile detention facility. Granger's very succinct dashboard reports provided the owner with a visual summary that included logistics planning using 3D modeling, estimates presented from the 3D model, schedules, and budget reports. These reports provided a clear understanding of project goals, expectations, and progress being made. Much of the success of this project can be attributed to the use of integrated project delivery with 5 key trades. The project serves as Kent County's first foray into IPD and also marks the first ever IPD correctional project completed in Michigan. Clark Construction Company was selected by Michigan State University to construct the Edward J. Minskoff Pavilion, a state-of-the-art $62 million facility covering 100,000 square feet. Its purpose is to cement MSU's position as a top-of-mind business school. This was an IPD project completed using Consensus Docs 300 contract forms. In a tireless pursuit to match the project budget to the iconic design, 28 separate design schemes were explored, vetted, and cost modeled. And once construction began, so did the challenges, including connecting 3 different facilities into one, working next to a fully occupied residence hall, student foot traffic, and dealing with a very congested site. Focusing on energy efficiency, displacement ventilation systems were utilized throughout the building. These systems use low-velocity airflow through diffusers that are located at the occupant level, with returns located near the ceiling level. The system was also supplemented with radiant heat via fin tube and Runtal heating elements to improve energy efficiency during colder months. Recognized as a LEED Gold structure, the Edward J. Minskoff Pavilion will raise the bar for how MSU will prepare the business leaders of tomorrow. Spence Brothers' construction of a 148-room hotel with multiple full-service dining facilities and an expanded casino floor exceeded expectations of the owner, the community, and guests. Connecting to an existing small casino, the addition greatly enhanced visitor experience and appreciation of the Saginaw Chippewa Indian tribe's cultural heritage on tribal land. The Spence Brothers team was also involved in the pre-construction of 3 other projects simultaneously: a new parking lot, utility substation, and utility corridors serving the site. Due to its tribal status, the tribe decided to become its own energy provider, buying energy directly off the grid in advance of the hotel project. The cold-formed steel stud and precast floor structural system used for the project challenged the construction team, as did the casino operating 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Extensive coordination and communication were needed with facility management and employees to ensure patron and staff safety. After its successful completion, the project's ribbon-cutting event featured ceremonial tribal music and a dance by the tribe's traditional dancers. It was one of the most unique celebrations experienced by the project team. The Story Point of Chesterfield development, constructed by O'Brien Construction Company, is a 3-story senior living facility with 120 units for independent living and an additional 42 for enhanced living. The project broke ground during the fall of 2017 and was completed roughly 2 years later. On day 2 of construction, the team faced a $3 million soil challenge requiring multiple acres of the site to be stabilized. Value engineering brought the work down to $1 million. In addition to the soil stabilization, 950-plus rammed aggregate piers for foundation support were needed, along with an interior truss deflection. Panelized wall, floor, and roof systems were employed on the project, creating virtually zero waste from these systems. And the O'Brien team developed a stormwater management system that included as soon as possible installation of the retention pond to guarantee all water was contained on site and cleaned of soils before leaving the site. With the use of lean construction scheduling, Procore software, weekly meetings, and daily huddles, the O'Brien team overcame all challenges and delivered the project within days of the revised schedule after a 4-month loss. Out Construction delivered the $48.1 million Ascension Macomb Oakland Hospital Bed Tower Vertical Expansion, the largest project in the hospital's 51-year history. 3 floors, 5, 6, and 7, approximately 13,000 square feet each, plus a penthouse were added. Originally submitted as a 1-phase project, the expansion would be re-engineered and submitted as 4 separate projects to allow turnover and occupation floor by floor. Site logistics called for strategically planned temporary roadways, allowing for deliveries, worker parking, and visitor access. For 16 months of the job, trade contractors scheduled use of the crane to hoist supplies through access doors placed on each floor. The project was designed to new seismic standards and required all existing floors to be brought to the specifications. One critical safety consideration was the fumes created by the diesel welders when fusing the structural steel in place. The wind needed to be monitored to ensure the fumes would not make their way into the hospital's air intakes. The hospital's president, Terry Hamilton, said, "We are so proud of our new East Tower expansion, but we are also proud of our association with AUK." The expansion increased the campus's bed capacity by 58% and now offers a total of 220 private rooms. As a part of a larger $52 million bond program, Granger Construction completed a new $24.4 million early education complex for Dexter Community Schools. This project involved renovations to an existing 65,000 square foot facility, as well as construction of a new 85,000 square foot facility, expanding the education space for over 750 students. The 2 elementary buildings, Beacon and Anchor, were constructed as mirror image facilities joined in the middle by 2 flexible shared learning spaces. This concept led to reduced construction and operating costs and about $200,000 in savings on the school bond project. The most innovative aspect was the school's one-of-a-kind design, focused on providing leading-edge STEM education for K-12 students. The facility includes many state-of-the-art design elements such as cozy reading nooks, Child-sized tables with attached metal frames shaped like houses, built-in wooden risers, built-in audio-visual equipment, and an industrial-strength steel pergola that can hold the weight of a suspended pickup truck. The use of many lean planning processes, Plan Grid, BIM, and Grainger's Right Start meeting process helped the project stay on schedule and finish on time. The George was a uniquely challenging and sensitive development for O'Brien Construction Company and the City of Ann Arbor. Having broke ground in 2014 under a previous owner, and due to a variety of unmet deadlines, the project ended up in Washtenaw County Court. The project control was appointed to the receiver, who then brought in O'Brien Construction as the CM. The building was roughly 50% complete when O'Brien was contracted for the 283,931 square foot luxury apartment building with 249 units, underground parking, and 24,000 square feet of retail space. The first task at hand was to deconstruct a portion of the existing work due to out-of-sequence work, numerous code violations, and/or work that was installed out of compliance with the plans and specs. As the project was reaching optimal production with daily work crews in excess of 150 tradesmen, the receivership was interrupted by federal bankruptcy court proceedings. These proceedings halted all work during the critical months of September and October of 2017. Upon resolution of this new delay, the O'Brien team implemented an aggressive recovery schedule. This acceleration was accomplished through the use of a finished matrix developed and implemented by the project team and a phased turnover plan. The project team successfully navigated all construction and legal challenges while delivering the project on time, in budget, and with no owner change orders. When building the Shinola Hotel, the Barton Mallow Company took an extremely difficult project scope, an accelerated schedule, an intense owner, and built a project that embodies the city's celebrated craftsmanship and ingenuity. This 2-year project involved the rehabilitation of 2 historic buildings, as well as the demolition and subsequent rebuilding of 3 neighboring buildings. Making 5 separate structures into an ADA-compliant, seamless luxury guest experience was the challenge. Work began with stripping the interiors of the 1400 and Singer building. The existing service elevator from the original 1400 building was renovated and used for personnel and material transportation. From there, the decision was made to demolish and rebuild the all-wood frame structures of the remaining 3 buildings. The Singer building floor levels diverged as much as 42 inches from the adjacent structures that would make up the hotel. This created difficult transitions for building utilities as well as not having a smooth transition for the guests. In some cases, discrepancies between the 2 building floor levels were as much as 3 to 6 feet. The project looked to completely restore the historic facades. Damaged terracotta tiles were replaced with intricate detail. All new mahogany windows were custom made to match the originals. New custom extruded aluminum windows were designed to recreate the historic Chicago-style window type of the second-floor guest rooms. The world's first Shinola Hotel is Detroit's new living room. Filled with elegant simplicity and nostalgic touches, this property has resulted in an inviting, welcoming atmosphere to visitors and Detroiters alike. The 5-story, 312,000 square foot Biological Sciences building completes the highly anticipated science corridor at the University of Michigan thanks to the Barton Mallow Company team. The Biological Sciences building is split into 3 towers made up of imported terracotta from Munich and walls of windows that filter in natural light to 2 large atriums, social spaces, and laboratories. More than 4,000 tons of structural steel was placed, and there's more than 1 mile worth of welding. Overall, more than 60,000 field labor hours were required to erect and detail just the structure alone. Additionally, 28 million pounds of concrete were poured, 25 miles of mechanical and plumbing was installed, and the building was outfitted with 123 miles of electrical raceway and 8,000 electrical devices. The team targeted LEED Silver certification, but in June 2019, it achieved LEED Gold certification. Sustainable features included natural light throughout the facility, helping with energy reduction, an interior rain screen wall system, and an energy recovery system of lab fume hoods. DTE Energy selected Commercial Contracting Corporation as design builder for its new world-class corporate material testing lab. The laboratory is a 38,000 square foot steel structure that processes over 150,000 samples per year and helps DTE facilitate regulatory compliance, safety, and material performance validation. The project proved to be extremely challenging as both design and construction were completed within 11 months. Challenged by budget and schedule, the project team used several innovative techniques to keep this project on track. The concrete, structural steel, and interiors were self-performed. Based on the soil analysis, earth-formed foundations were poured. The lab gas racks for the corridors were prefabricated off-site and assembled on-site. DTE Energy and commercial contracting each hold safety as one of its quintessential core values. Each project meeting started by reviewing DTE's safety word of the day to promote safety conscientiousness among the team. The CCC team successfully managed 24 subcontractors, 12 material suppliers, and the project team worked 69,055 man-hours with 0 first aids and 0 recordable injuries. The result is an innovative laboratory that will serve as a benchmark for Southeast Michigan for years to come. The E&L Construction Group took an abandoned, partially demolished, contaminated 3-sided building and renovated it on an accelerated schedule with 10 grade-level doors, 17 truck docks, and a fenced parking lot. Since the building only had 3 walls, the E&L team was unable to use proper climate controls or regulate the temperature within the structure. In addition, the site didn't have any pre-existing utilities, as in water, electric, or gas. Therefore, the work was performed using temporary utilities, but on a very small amperage. And because there wasn't enough power to run heat for the entire warehouse, temporary plastic enclosures segmented and heated the working areas. Using all of the electricity for heat, there was no light in the building. No problem. Large light towers were put in place and run off of generators. The building did not receive power until after the offices were finished. This site was a gold mine for contaminants. PCB was found in the concrete floors and dirt, lead in the peeling paint, and asbestos throughout the existing building. E&L initiated and directed a 30-day shutdown to quantify the issues and for abatement. A dual system of protection was devised so work could be conducted safely and efficiently. Despite the shutdown and multiple challenges, the tradesmen still returned with a dedication to the accelerated schedule. This is great news for the city of Flint, said Tim Herman, CEO of the Flint and Genesee Chamber of Commerce. And the E&L Construction Group made it happen. 16 projects, thousands of hours of highly skilled labor, superiority in construction and project management, tireless determination and hard work, built with skill, integrity, and responsibility. The hallmarks of AGC of Michigan members.